The closest Krispy Kreme donut to me is 7 hours away. And by the time it comes to our grocery store, it's 5 days old. So the best Krispy Kreme experience that this community can enjoy is 5-day-old stale donuts. So in my mind, I thought freshness is out the window. What happens when you freeze dry it? Let's find out.
All right, guys, Krispy Kreme assortment pack, seal of freshness right on the front. These are 5 days old. They're going to expire any day now. I think they have a 7-day expiration. And we've got all kinds of flavors. Cream filled, we've got glazed, we've got chocolate. And this should be a pretty quick video. We're just going to take these donuts and pop them in our freeze dryer. Now, for those of you who have been watching this channel for some time, you might know something a little different. We are using Stay Fresh freeze dryer trays in this video because we're going to be putting these inside of our brand new Stay Fresh freeze dryer. This is a freeze dryer I bought shortly after I was having problems with our Harvest Right, and I gotta tell you, I am loving the way this baby works. I've got a full video coming out with a review, and you are not gonna want to miss it because it is quite eye-opening. Okay, let's go ahead and fit these into the 4-tray shelving system. A lot of clearance with these shelves. Currently, the machine is not on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just close the door down and turn the unit on for the first time. Let the freeze dryer freeze the donuts and then dry them. This is the home screen, and we're going to press the freeze drying button. At this point, we're going to click the setting option and just kind of take a look at the settings. I do want to lower the shelf temperature to -15. So we're just going to type in 15 negative, hit enter, and there we go, that's set. So this is going to cool those down to -15. And here at the bottom for final dry hours, we're going to increase that to 12 hours. Now, if you want to see a separate video on the different menus and the advanced features that the Stay Fresh offers, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get that out because this is not your average freeze dryer, which is one of the things that makes this kind of great. Now, the rest of these options we're not going to click, probe, frozen food, or candy. So now that we are complete, let's hit start. The minute you do that, you're going to kick on the compressor, which begins the freezing cycle, and that's what you see right here. Right here at the bottom, the trap is the temperature of the drum, and right next to it, you see shelf. Well, that's the temperature of the shelf. Now, remember, we set ours to -15, so as soon as that temperature reaches -15, it's going to kick on the drying cycle, and honestly, it's just as easy as that. So we're going to fast forward about 12 hours, and our Krispy Kreme donuts are officially done. This is what they look like inside the Stay Fresh freeze dryer. Let's take a look at the screen right quick. The total amount of time in this freeze dryer has been 12 hours and 54 minutes. Pretty quick. And notice that my vacuum is down to 97 millitorrs. The Stay Fresh freeze dryer pulls an extraordinary vacuum, in part because of the design and the pump. Anyway, a lot to love about this machine. The drum temperature is -46, and the shelf temperature is 120. Absolutely perfect. All right, so now that we're done, we need to break the vacuum on the machine. So let's turn the machine off. And instead of using the drain line, which is how we would normally do it with our other machine, this actually has a fresh air intake. So you're not pulling fresh air from the drain, you're actually pulling fresh air from your room. So you don't really run the risk of ruining your batch with a bunch of moisture coming in. Another great thing about the Stay Fresh freeze dryer. If you want information on this unit, check the description box below. I got Tim over at Stay Fresh freeze dryer to give me a discount code for those of you that are interested. I'll put that in the description box below as well. All right, our donuts are finished, and there's not much moisture in donuts, but look at that ice ring from front to back. Absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and set these out on the table and give them a taste.
All right, guys, our Krispy Kreme donuts are freeze-dried, and they look amazing. And I got to tell you, the Stay Fresh freeze dryer nails it every time. This is the classic glaze donut. Notice the glaze on it did crystallize a lot like you would do when you freeze-dry candy. So that'll be interesting. And let's go ahead and just taste one and see what it's all about. Let's try the chocolate glaze with the sprinkles. All right. First thing I'm noticing about this particular donut is that the chocolate actually did freeze-dry. And so typical chocolate won't freeze dry because of the fat content, but whatever recipe that Krispy Kreme is using, it must not have the same fat content as pure chocolate because this is definitely nice and hard and looks like it is going to be crunchy. Let's go ahead and just give this a bite and see how it tastes. Look at that. The chocolate coating just came right on off like a cracker. Hang on. All right, let me just start off by saying that this is not your classic Krispy Kreme eating experience. I mean, the donut is far from light and fluffy and buttery and melt in your mouth. I mean, it's almost the exact opposite. It's crunchy, it's crispy, it's airy. It definitely has this biscuit, almost cracker type quality to it. It's not bad. It's actually quite tasty. It's just different, right? It has all the flavor of a Krispy Kreme donut with a completely different texture. It's obviously not as good as a fresh Krispy Kreme. Let me try another one. We've got two here that are filled. One is filled with something red, and the other one here is filled with something brown. Now, my guess, based off of where we live, this is dulce de leche, and this is going to be probably like a strawberry, raspberry, cherry type filling, something like that. Let's give the dulce de leche a try and see what that's all about. I can tell you that the inside filling started to spill out a little bit, and it is pretty firm when I press on it. Going in. Now that is definitely dulce de leche. A little crunchier than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to bite like that, but very flavorful. All right, let's try one more. Let's go with the classic glazed donut. Beautiful glaze around the outside. Going in. All the flavors there. It's just wild. It's super dry. You know what? This gives me an idea. Let's go ahead and dip it in a little milk. And what I want to do is I just want to dip it long enough to kind of rehydrate that outside, but not make it soggy. So just a couple seconds here in this milk. Let's see what happens. Kind of like an Oreo cookie. Wow. That's a trick. That's actually quite amazing. It's almost like you're eating a Krispy Kreme cereal. Wow. That's surprisingly good. All right, there we go, guys. Krispy Kreme donuts, freeze-dried. One of the more bizarre things that we freeze-dried, but I gotta admit, not half bad. I could probably go without the one with the stuffing, though. That filling was a little bit too crunchy for me, made it difficult to process. But the rest of them was kind of like a sweet cracker, sweet biscuit kind of thing. The trick here is, if you're gonna make this at home, is to cut your donut perhaps up into smaller bite-sized pieces. And when you go to eat them, have a glass of milk, and I'm telling you, it completely changes the experience. It's like you're eating a Krispy Kreme cereal. Definitely worth the shot, at least one time. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions or any suggestions on future freeze-dried video projects that you'd like to see us do, leave them in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video or got something out of it, a thumbs up is always helpful. If you're new to freeze-drying or long-term food storage and you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Here we go. Chocolate donut cereal. Much better.